With the latest showcase of gameplay at this year's PlayStation meeting, we've gotten to see a lot of different elements of the new game, from cutscenes to characters to environment, all of which we'll be looking at in a series of videos, but we've got to learn a little bit more about the Remnant, the ancient race of the Andromeda galaxy. Hi, this is Rima from ME Odyssey, and today I'm going to be looking at the Remnants and seeing what we actually know about them. This is just the facts. The Reddit leak from April 2014 was a wealth of information when it first came out, and since then most of its information has been validated. Though it doesn't give us a lot to go on, it does give us a small synopsis of who the Remnant were and what they possibly did. Quote, along the way you will encounter the remains of a once powerful and mysterious alien race, the Remnant, whose forgotten technology holds the key of gaining power in this region of the galaxy. As you uncover who the Remnant were and the mysteries their ruins contain, you are drawn into a violent race to find the source of their forgotten technology that will determine the fate of humanity. This is pretty vague, but from what we've learned so far, we know that we will be exploring the ruins, but the most interesting part of the leak is a little bit further on. Quote, find and activate Remnant monoliths to unlock Remnant vaults, explore abandoned Remnant ruins to find and locate a powerful artifact. Once you remove it, it will trigger the vault defenses and will arm traps, activate defense robots, and even change the architecture of the vault itself to stop you from escaping. Fight your way out to the vault and you'll be rewarded with some valuable loot, including powerful gear, crafting resources, and star keys that can be used to unlock massive orbital facilities in space that grant permanent stat bonuses. If this sounds familiar, then it should, because we've just seen it in the gameplay footage. Ryder and his team encounter a Remnant facility and then trigger the defenses, including sentry drones. The architecture of the facility also seems to adapt and transform as panels are activated. The quote, orbital facilities is somewhat interesting. Firstly, back on N7 Day 2014 when we got a slew of concept art, one showcased a weird space station-like facility that almost looked like a conduit. We've also done a video on this a long time ago, which you can check out here. But interestingly enough, in the gameplay footage, when we get to see the Helios cluster, we get to see small objects orbiting larger planets, all linked by the same lines as seen in the E3 2015 teaser trailer, indicating that these may be our conduits or relays. We've seen a lot of concept art from BioWare so far, and much of it gives us little clues here and there about our story and our environment, but there are three pieces of artwork that are definitely showcasing Remnant Tech. The first being that of one of the triangular structures that we initially believed was to be inside the space station relay structure we've discussed before. And this is perfectly seen in the gameplay footage as part of the background in the distance, almost exactly that of the concept art. The second is of a door-like structure with a small figure looking upon it. Though not exactly the same, it's the similar structure and architecture that seems to be in the Remnant ruins shown in the gameplay footage. It should also be noted that the alien writing seen in this artwork does look like the same writing in the gameplay footage. And lastly, the fish-like space station or relay structure. This one is the most interesting because, as discussed earlier, the Reddit leak does discuss, quote, orbital facilities in space. The structure also has similar markings and design of the Remnant ruins. The teaser trailer from E3 2015 showed us so much information that we will recover in the next few weeks. But there's one specific detail in this trailer that is useful for this video: the monoliths that emerge from the ground. In the Reddit leak as discussed above, one of the aims of the team seems to be, quote, find and activate Remnant monoliths. During this teaser, as the team rushes towards the enemy forces, we do see monoliths rising from the ground, correlating to the fact that we will be fighting the Ket for these pieces of Remnant Tech. In the gameplay footage, as we look around the environment, we get to see the Remnant Tech, and it seems to be breaking through the ceiling, which is composed of rock, or some kind of rock-like structure, and possibly emerging as monoliths as we see in E3 2015. This is also showcased again in the EA Plays 2016 trailer for like a really brief second, as the monoliths seem to be emerging from the ground. And finally we get to the gameplay footage from this week. What does it confirm for us, other than the fact that this is the Remnant facility? Remnant Tech looks very similar to the tech we've seen in previous concept art and trailers, which we've already discussed, but the detail is what gives us interesting points. Firstly, the architecture seems very hive-like, not too unsimilar to the collectors with hexagonal shapes. The tech is responsive and adaptive, with the ground lighting up as Ryder walks on it, and the platforms are created with nanotech or worker drones in a sense. The Remnant drones, confirming those mentioned in the Reddit leak, are seemingly passive unless provoked. The ruins seem to be subterranean as well as largely immense. And the ancient facility seems to be suitable for life, with plants growing all throughout it and the characters being able to breathe without using breathers. It should be noted here that the Rider scans one of the plants in the ruins, and it states the plant does contain chlorophyll, which suggests it needs light, but without a water or a light source, the plant is still thriving, which is a point for another theory later on. The noises the Remnant drones make are almost Geth-like, though this might just be a reuse of an old asset. The facilities are also called vaults, which correlates to the Reddit leak, but also contain a heart that seems to be a focal point for the vault. These vaults seem to be prominent throughout the Helios cluster and are dormant, though when activated they seem to surge in power and trigger a security system. The gameplay footage has allowed us to confirm a few things about the Remnant, i.e. the look of their tech and possibly their reach in the Helios cluster, but a lot is left unknown. Who are they? What is their purpose? These are all points for speculation, or I guess, for theories later on. We will be releasing videos regarding the gameplay footage and what we've learned from it consistently throughout the next few weeks, most likely up till N7 day, when we will get the next big push of information, so please subscribe to stay in touch with all of that. We'll also be placing all the related videos in a playlist so you can find them all in one place. If you like this video, please share it to help the channel grow, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys next time.